so we have our 3 bands coming from both teams. From the Diamond Hands or Benny on Seraphim. Oh my god. I actually want to see Chess and Rum play either Hecarim or Skarner in the jungle. I guess it's just never going to happen this tournament. If I can make a request to the Dirty Birds, please just let it go through for the final game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way he's ever going to get his hands on Hecarim and Skarner is if people, or I guess if his teammates have a bigger threat that needs to be banned out. But I think people see him as one of the better players if he's in that jungle role, and they got to keep him down.
Because he was, so like the way the draft worked is there was like 3 buckets, and him and Castellani 17 were like the 2 top picks in the tournament. And so he was, I think he's sitting around like 1500 LP, MMR, while Castellani was, I think, 1700. But again, top 2 picks in that bucket. If he wants to make a little bit more of an impact, he would have to have other teammates that were more of a threat. But also, like, maybe consider changing up your champ pool a little bit. Like, there's always that opportunity, right? Like learning the champs. But sometimes you just love to play the champions you play.
Yeah, and there's a few people with some pretty small champ pools in this event, I think. But maybe next tournament we'll see him bust something new out.
Yeah, possibly. I do love the fact that Perogie Power is bringing out the Malphite and Yasuo combo, though. Like, she popped in, I think it was the 3rd game of the round robin, had a really good performance on Yasuo. And I think that was what actually brought them to victory, and he actually didn't have any enablers on his team at all. Like, there was literally 0 knockups on his team to enable his ultimate, and so having the Malphite to set up some really big plays with his ult is actually looking really fucking nice. So with the picks being rounded out, how are you feeling about this draft phase for these 2 teams?
I really like this last minute Rammus pick here. It is very, very strong into the enemy team. They are very, very AD damage heavy. Unless maybe we see the Chess and Rum playing top here, busting out the AP Malphite. I know that is something that some of these players like to do.
To their detriment, right? It's not a great pick, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But on the other hand, we also could just have a full AD team on the other side too, so maybe the Malphite will get really, really big and no one will be able to kill him. Definitely going to have to see how that turns out.
Yeah, it's like both teams have a lot of AD damage, and I think, Malphite's a great pick against ADs. Obviously, so is Rammus. Sean picks up the Caitlyn, so that Chess Ram doesn't have to play Caitlyn. So apparently, Caitlyn's a quality pick in this tournament.
It is Malphite jungle, actually.
Fuck off! What the fuck is happening with these games, man? Oh my god.
I'm really interested to see how this Lucian gets piloted. He might have PTSD from that ARAM loss earlier in the day against the Malphite.
That is true.
Hopefully we'll see a better performance this time. He does have flash, so he might be able to use that to dodge the Malphite ulti.
Again, Castellani is I think the 2nd highest MMR player in this tournament. He is a very strong AD carry in general. So I actually haven't seen him play all that much Lucian, but he doesn't clear out that ward. Would have been nice for him to clear that out, so he had a little bit of an XP advantage going into his laning phase. But the Lucian into Yasuo is definitely something to watch out for. Windwall will be one of those cooldowns that we'll have to keep track of throughout their laning phase. But again, we don't see that much early aggression from either of these teams, and that's been a pretty stalwart idea throughout this entire tournament. These guys, they just want a clean start, and you can't really fault them for that.
Yep, absolutely. A little bit of trash talk coming in, like always, from Dartlitos. But yeah, like you were saying, getting that ward early for the Lucian would be huge, as it allows solo laners to get their XP level up 1 minion earlier, which can be, one, a big surprise for the enemy, and if they use it correctly, can help them out a lot in the lane.
Exactly.
But not going to see that. Still is getting the push. I wonder what he's going to do with the wave here. It looks like he's just shoving it in on wave 2. Probably just going to continue to push. I want to see him maybe do something with the free time, but just getting poke is actually pretty good.
It definitely is good. It is after 2 waves, cheater recall isn't a thing, right? It's more after
you don't have
4,
enough
right?
money. Yeah,
okay.
You don't have enough money.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously assuming that we know about cheater recalls, but
I don't think we'll ever see that here
from Lost Changos. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Unless they do it by accident.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true.
Good win wall coming out though there in the mid lane.
Definitely a good win wall, and this mid lane is going to be something to watch for sure. I believe that Adam on Shabopt and Yasuo is in a little bit over his head, going up into the Lucian. Do you remember what he played against? It was Fizz, I think, in the 3rd game.
I can't remember.
I think it was, yeah. So it's going to be a much harder laning phase as we see God of Strings give over first blood. And holy shit, that is a 1-for-1 trade. Not really sure what happened there. Wasn't really watching very closely. But yeah, it's 1-for-1. But first blood does go over to... Who was that? That was... Tryndamere. We did see this exact matchup a couple games ago. And even though the Alawi can be more of a lane bully towards the Tryndamere, she wasn't able to, or Tanner wasn't able to, as the pilot of that champion, translate that bully potential into a CS differential. But in the bot lane, we see some CC coming out, and both teams are trading a little bit of damage, even trade for both teams.
We do see the Morgana moving down into the jungle there. A little bit of a faster move, which gets Malphite this crab. Looks like he's going to be pathing from bot to top here. Rammus doing the Raptors. Potentially could look for a gank early on that champion. Can get pretty in there, I guess, very quickly. 4 ganks.
But in the mid lane, dash interrupted by that Yasuo Q, but look at that CS differential at this point, 33-19 already, with Castellani having the double buffs transferred to him by the Malphite with that early kill that he did get. Having those buffs is going to be super big for translating that early kill into a couple more early kills, or just more of a CS advantage. He doesn't have quite enough damage to kill him there, but that does force Adam out of lane and gives that Lucian. So I just love Lucian as a champion. He has such a great ability to scale with an early lead. Oh, the flash out, and he does take a turret shot. So Chance is going to see if he can come in and grab a kill onto him. But with the exhaust, he doesn't have enough damage. He is going up against a full wave of minions, and he does not die to the Lucian, but he is forced into a low health position where he's going to have to back or face the wrath of his jungle camps. Oh my god, wind wall comes out, and
an insane play by the Yasuo!
Oh my god, holy fuck, Yasuo with the ignite, picks up the kill on Castellani, 17, and might bring himself back into this lane with that kill. My god, wind wall is just so insane.
A huge play coming out, showing that he does know what he's doing on this champion. Definitely going to be really helpful for his laning phase here. He is down quite a bit of CS still, but he's getting a decent back here. The wave will end up shoving back to him on his reset. Looks like he was going to maybe buy the boots, but switching over to the Noon Quiver, preferring that. Ping's going down onto the dragon. here from the red team. Definitely going to be looking to get that early Infernal. Very strong.
Very strong indeed. And Dave, do you prefer the Noon Quiver or going into just boots first on Asio?
I believe the boots first would be my preference in this matchup. The move speed is always going to be very useful to keep your spacing, and it's even more effective on Yasuo. It's solo kill in the top lane, though.
Ooh, the Lowy does go down, and again, Trinimir has a nice CS match. Hook comes out from El Prodigy himself. Nothing to follow up, though, unfortunately. But, yeah, so this is, I think, the third game in a row that Trinimir's been let through, and again, I don't understand. They're not respecting, these teams have seen Trinimir come through 3 games in a row and win every single fucking game that he has played on Trinimir, and still let him through the drafting phase. Dragon has been started by the blue team. Sorry, not blue team. Dirty Birds. I'm sorry. Wait. What fucking team is that? I'm confused. Oh, sorry, not Diamond Hands.
It's been a long day. Another hook coming out from the Thresh, chaining it into a trap, but not getting the trap. A flash coming out from the Morgana right into the face. That's definitely a mistake. Caitlyn gonna clean up the kill, but Ashe answering onto the Thresh and flashing out. The Q into the ult from Caitlyn.
Oh, and it does turn out to be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of the Diamond Hands. Yeah, the Thresh, I know you've been paying attention to this tournament. Thresh has been really strong in terms of the amount of pulls that he's been able to pull off. Like, it's been really good to see Jordan as one of the members of the Grandmasters tier, the lowest tier in the tournament, be really impactful throughout the entire tournament. And you have to respect the fact that Sean, as the captain, picks him, knows that he plays a couple champions fairly well, and gets him to be just like a pretty solid support in the bot lane for Diamond Hands.
Yep, definitely going to test the Morgana's skill here, seeing if she can use that Black Shield in response at the right moments.
And we see a roam mid, but yeah, that hook is not going to be in range. And the windmill does come out. And just looking at lane advantages so far, Tryndamere has a strong advantage in the top lane. Jungle is literally exactly even. I would say that, the Lucian is ahead slightly in the mid lane, and bot lane is, definitely in favor of Diamond Hands at this point. So, top lane, we see a little bit of solo action, but no kill comes out.
But right next to them, almost under their noses, they're doing the Rift Herald, but...
Red team steals the Rift! Carlos comes in, he gets exhausted as the God of Strings Rammus does run from that, but Castellani all comes down and shuts down the Tryndamere, but Schwartz is running. The Castellani is still putting on damage. He fucks up his flash, and 2 kills do go over to the... Oh, he misses, but he picks it up in the end in 3-for-1 trade in favor of Diamond Hands. Man, that was a little bit of a blunder from the other team, but in the bot lane, Militsi is about to go down, and he is able to survive, but... Oh, he doesn't... The fucking... Oh my god, I actually have no fucking idea what's going on. These two teams are trading kills left, right, and center, and this is a fucking game. 7 kills to 6. Gold is exactly even, and we have a fucking game 6 on our hand, boys. Both teams are trying their best to make it into the finals.
Yeah, we see a huge blunder in that top lane fight from Tryndamere, not getting the ulti off, running straight into their faces and just dying. And then in the bot lane, the Ashe gets hooked under the tower after getting that first kill and ends up going down as well.
And Sean is picked up from the
Dark Binding, yeah.
Dark Binding, yeah. Gets picked up from that. That was a little bit unlucky, I feel. But top lane turret does go down. That is the first row of the game. Tanner is running for his life as Tryndamere chases him. But we see Rammus coming in, and 3 men are going on to Tryndamere. Tryndamere does have ult because of his blunder in that fight, but he will be able to get away, I believe, with the help of Blast Cones. And, yeah, he is out. But first turret goes over to Perogie Power.
Yep, Tryndamere getting out safe. We're going to see the dragon coming up shortly. Hopefully, maybe we'll get to see a nice big fight there. I want to see what this Malphite Yasuo combo can do in the fights. Very easy engage to pull off, and also very powerful.
Man, this Caitlyn has such a massive CS advantage over her Ashe counterpart. And I'm hoping to see that translate into late game, but we have seen Ashe be fairly strong as the dragon has started up by the red side. All 5 members there to ensure that they pick up this dragon, and we are tied 1-1 for dragons as the Rammus tries to re-engage. The 3-man ult coupled with the Yasuo ult, and that is 2 members down. We're looking for 3. 1 goes down. That's fucking 3 members of the Diamond Hands down to a beautiful combo by the Malphite and Yasuo. Holy shit, that's exactly what we were looking for from that combination.
Yeah, they did seem to pull it off, losing 2 members of their own in the process, but still definitely a win for them.
And especially because they get Dragon and 3 kills, and they trade 2 kills for it, so that is a definite boost for them at this point in the game. I cannot count out this Caitlyn and Lucian combo, though. Even though the Malphite and the Yasuo do have that really, really nice team comp when it comes to team fights, those 2 are going to be able to put out a lot of damage onto the Yasuo, the Ashe, the Morgana. But I feel like if Perogie Power is able to itemize correctly, if Tryndamere is able to ult at the right times, if the Black Shields really work in favor of them, they can really fucking pull through in team fights, as Tanner is going to go down to Dartlitos in the top lane, and that is a 4-1 Tryndamere. And you have to ban the Trynd next game, man. You have to ban it. He is too comfortable on that pick at the moment.
Yeah, that'll actually have some pretty big implications for the next game. Maybe we'll end up seeing this Seraphine, because that's been banned against Perogie Power a lot. Or they'll opt to ban the Seraphine and maybe give Chess and Rum the Hecarim.
Yeah, I would love to see Chess and Rum for his final game pull out some sort of a jungle game, because we just haven't seen it all tournament. Like it's one of those sort of question marks that like I don't actually know how impactful Chess and Rum can be, because he has been relegated to playing that Caitlyn in the bot lane. The ult comes onto the Lucian, and he's going to go with it. Oh, he flashes out very nicely, but he doesn't go down in the end. And they will not be able to pick anything up on the back end of that. But that is a very nice pickup for Perogie Power.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice to see. Hopefully they can translate some of these kills into objectives around the map. It looks like they're going for the second Rift Herald. Really not a fan of the second Rift Herald ever. Post plates, it's 100 gold and that's it. You're better off just catching those waves, pushing other waves. You're actually just going to end up losing gold in the end.
So this is one of those topics that I'm still sort of in the dark about. So I understand the fact that you can be using the time that you are using to take Rift Herald to like push lanes, to clear jungle. But like, isn't just getting the objective off the map sort of important, or no?
The way that I see it is that you really don't care if the enemy team gets it, because all it does is run into a turret, and the turret, maybe it goes down, maybe it doesn't, but the amount of money that you can get, and also XP during the time that either the enemy team is doing it or the money that you would lose if you're doing it. It's just not worth it.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
And so I am not the greatest jungler, but I do love objective control. And so I do elect to go for that second Richard if the opportunity is afforded to me. But these issues are much more relevant to like higher MMR play, because not all the time are you going to be able to take advantage of the XP advantages that you and like gold advantages that you do get from pushing lanes. But
I think
that
can definitely be true here.
It can be, but I do like completely see your point that there are a lot of advantages as we see some shit going on in the bot lane. 4 members of both teams down there as Jimmer does take the mid turret. And God of Strings does go down to Justin Rum. He doesn't have to ult. He is feeling nice about himself. And the third dragon of the game has spawned. It is Ocean Soul as Darlito spins in. And all 5 members are there to secure this second dragon for the Perogie Power.
Yeah, I really, really do like to see this from Perogie Power grouping up for the objectives together. Earlier in the day, this was an issue with them. They were always late to the objectives, sticking in their lanes. I gave a little bit of advice after one of their games to Bowery Rainbow, and it looks like that might be coming out here today. One of the games, they just kept getting to the objectives late. They were running into the enemy team when they really didn't want to do that. I just told him, all you guys have to do is be at objectives first. It's a lot easier to have the enemy team come into you than to have to try and go into the enemy team.
And Castellani is going to go down to Carlitos as he pops his ult and gets out without... but the shutdown goes over to God of Strings on the... not Yasuo. On to just the Caitlyn, but she popped with the shield from his Immortal Shield Bow. Will go down to the power of the Rammus, and Rammus in return will not die to Chess and Rum as Riftheld is summoned mid lane. And again, as you said, literally just a little bit of damage onto turret there, right? Like they don't really get all that much out of that summon. If they'd stayed around a little bit more, if they'd had both of their bot lane in the mid lane, they could have possibly gotten tower and a second charge. But like at the end of the day, like it's really not all that impactful.
Yeah,
we're looking at a 3k goal differential in favor of Perogie Power at this point. Yeah, I think that comes down to the pure team fight compatibility of the Perogie Power. Like as I said from the beginning, being able to enable the ult of Schwabt with the Malphite ult is going to be just massive going into the later parts of this game.
Yeah, it's definitely just an easier comp to operate with. Malphite is getting super tanky at this point. I really don't know how the Lucian and Caitlyn are going to be able to cut through all that armor.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for them to do.
We are seeing some grouping coming out of both teams here in the mid lane. A little bit of that NARAM classic.
Fucking right. We love the ARAM NA classic. The ult comes in from the Malphite, followed by the Ash ult, and the God of Strings pulls go down, as well as Castellani, and 5 members are still alive from Perogie Power with the ability to push this lane. They will 100% pick up this tower and probably be looking for something else off the back of it. It looks like they are not going to be going towards Dragon. They have 2 or 3 members that are fairly low at this point.
I would love to see them grab the Baron right now, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. And Thresh pressing his ult in the bush. That must have been a misclick.
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely a misclick coming up from him. I mean, like, yeah, so like, the plays that I would make as a player in this game was, if I got 2 kills off of that sort of a push, regardless of the fact that I have 2 members that are a little bit low, you go for Baron. You run for Baron, and if the enemy team comes, you dive the fuck out of them, kill them, and then you're sitting pretty. You have Baron. You push out your lanes. I think that would have been a very strong play for them, but they elect not to do that. and that's just how it be.
Looks like they might try and make a pick on this Trinimir once again. See if he can get out here or fight his way out.
I mean, 4 members. He, he does pick up a kill, but he will go down in response to that. And I think with the Trimmer dead, you may be looking for other plays like the Baron, like the dragon that's spawning very soon. Perogie Power with 2 dragons, looking for the 3rd dragon to pick up. And with Ocean Soul, I would say that Ocean Soul more favors Diamond Hands at this point with the Alawi and Rammus. But regardless, they pick up the 3rd kill, and they are actually going to be trading Dragon for Baron possibly at this point. Perogie Power is trying to pick up this Baron. They are doing it fairly slowly, and they are actually going to be looking to be stopped
Rammus has no smite!
Rammus, no smite. Dragon gets stolen by the red team with the smite of the Malphite. And that is 2 kills picked up, 3 kills picked up, 4 kills picked up. And that will be the ace coming out for Perogie Power. And with the Baron,
from the Malphite,
they should be able to end this game. Possibly end this game. They will at least get mid turret and mid inhibitor with 1 or 2 of the Nexus towers. And that was an insane play. Going from Dragon straight to the Baron and stealing it right under the noses of Diamond Hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like they're going to back off after the inhib here. Play it safe. I do want to see them on their way out. Maybe grab a little bit of this jungle away. And all back together. Hopefully that's what we can see here. And then when they leave the base, what we want to see is them grouping up. They still have the Baron for at least another minute when they're out of the base. So hopefully they can get something together. Maybe they're just going to opt to stay on the map and keep pushing. But it looks like we're actually seeing them get a little uncoordinated and go back to farming their own jungle with the Baron. This is the biggest issue that I think I've seen today from these teams, not getting use out of the Baron.
You hate to see it. So what I would love to see right now would be to do a 4-1 split push. You need Tryndamere in either the top or the bot lane. Doesn't really matter at this point. And the other 4 members of the team in the other lane. With the Baron empowered minions, you have such a massive advantage. And at this point, with Baron buff, with a 9k gold lead, you are looking to end this game.
I absolutely agree. 4-1 would be really good, but we're just not going to get to see that right now. Instead, just pushing the mid lane down, everyone going back to mid lane, grouping up. I do like to see that they're grouping up. Maybe they'll be able to get this top turret with the Baron still.
I mean, they do get the turret. They are still pushing forward. If the Malphite elects to go in, he is building full tank, full armor, and so he will be able to tank any turret shots for probably around 15 minutes at this point.
The Baron has faded.
Yeah.
And we've got Ocean Soul in a minute 30. Definitely where we're going to look for the next fight. I don't really think there's many ways for the blue team here to get back into this game.
Not really at all, because like Castellani has been shut down throughout the entire game, 2-6, as well as the Kaylin, who had a very strong start. But faced with the Malphite Yasuo combo, if she gets ulted, she is just absolutely doomed. She gets 1 shot instantly, and she is not able to put out any sort of damage in their team fights. So we see them grouping bot. I mean, there's really not much that they're doing there.
Yep, they're grasping for straws right now. They're looking for a little Fnatic bush play. I really don't think that they need to fight this Ocean Soul, though. I really don't think the impact is going to be that big on the way that the fights are being played out. Not really anybody throwing out the poke here, but we're going to see, it looks like the mid lane minions are onto the inhibitor turret, or the Nexus turret,
And those are the Winions in action right now. As we see that one turret go down, that's going to be 2 turrets if the blue side does not respond. But Dragon has been started. They are more interested in defending this turret, destroy this dragon. But the red team does steal that or grab that turret, and the red team is going to completely dominate the Pierogie's power and Diamond Hands with the Perogie power coming out strong, and they will be able to end this game. I mean, honestly, Winions will probably just fucking end the game by the time we get to it. But
yes. Definitely not. Oh yeah, the game's over. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure why League Replay does that, but it's super fucking annoying.
Very weird.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we can't see the end of the game, but we clearly saw some domination from Perogie Power at the end of that game, and yeah, fuck, man, that was.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I mean, they came up with this Malphite Yasuo draft, and I think the power of these two champs together with these players, it's just there's nothing that the enemies are going to be able to do. So maybe in the next game we'll see some different bans come out. They're afraid of this, but I'm sure Perogie Power are very happy about that game.
Yeah, they were super stoked. They make it to finals. Diamond Hands, unfortunately, is the one team that does not make it. And, oh my god, this is going to be a very interesting final game for the Changos Nation. We'll go into Perogie Power then. Yo, boys! We got some finals on our hands, eh?
Let's go!
Let's go, boys!
What's going on? Easy clap for Perogie Power, bro.
Perogie Power is fucking on fire right now. You guys have played 3 or 4 games in a row.
This is our 6th. This is our 6th.
No, fuck off. It's not 6. Again, you guys have had the strongest run in this game. You guys have been warmed up the entire fucking day, and there is no stopping the power of the Pierogies. What went into your guys' victory over the last 2 or 3 games?
The synergy, baby.
The synergy, yeah.
That Malphite combo.
Yes, that was huge for you guys. So I think a couple games ago, you guys had just the Yasuo. Literally no one else in the team had any sort of knockup potential, but you still managed to pull out that game because of the Tryndamere and his split push potential and the base race that he fucking pulled off. So facing the Dirty Birds in the finals, you're probably going to be looking at some bans when it comes to your Tryndamere, possibly your Yasuo. So what's your guys' strategy going to be going?
What is it about Skarner getting banned every game though?
Yeah, dead ass. I want to see Skarner play, man. That's like the only thing I want right now. It's like it's
the fans want it. The fans want it.
It's honestly humanitarian at this point. We gotta show the people.
We gotta show the boys. Yeah. I would be very stoked to see either the Skarner or the Hecarim coming out from Aquino in this final game. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
GGZ, it doesn't matter who they ban, my friend. I mean, we're too skilled with too many champions.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the confidence that I love to see. But GG, boys, congratulations on making it to the finals, and we'll see you very shortly.